Now, our second story today is from Libya, where Vladimir Putin is trying to expand Russia's footprint. Putin's forces have been expanding military and defense cooperation in eastern Libya. And last week, Moscow vowed to step up its efforts. Now, Russia has pledged to enhance the capabilities of the Libyan Eastern Forces led by Khalifa Haftar. The commitment was made during Russian Deputy Defense Minister's Yunus-Bek Yevkurov's visit to the country. He arrived in Libya on the 31st of May, where he met Haftar in his office in Benghazi. Now, this is the Russian official's fifth visit to the city since August of 2023. So while all eyes remain on Gaza, Russian President Vladimir Putin is expanding Moscow's reach in Africa. Forces led by Khalifa Haftar are those belonging to the eastern of the country's two parliaments. And Russian President Vladimir Putin has been backing them since at least 2018 through the private military contractor Wagner. That's when the group was first reported to be training troops under Haftar. Now, the mercenary group moved in during the power vacuum and civil war following the removal of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Libya has been divided between dueling administrations. In the western capital Tripoli, the internationally recognized government, called the Government of National Unity, is in power. Now, it controls about a third of the northern part of the country. Meanwhile, in the east, Haftar holds sway. Now, he controls the remaining two-thirds of this northern area, and the rest of the country is mostly a sparsely populated desert. Now, while the east is backed by Russia, Turkey backs the west, and Russia is seeking to expand its military and political reach to fight the opposing government. And that's because Putin is eager for oil and construction contracts in Libya. Africa is one of the richest continents in terms of minerals and energy, and Libya boasts the largest oil reserves and gold deposits. It is estimated to rank among the world's top 50. Now, Haftar is looking for air defense systems to protect him against rival forces. And he also wants training for his Air Force pilots and special forces. And that is in exchange for air bases to host Russian forces, making inroads in the northern African nation. Now, Africa is the latest playground for an intensifying geopolitical rivalry between Russia and the US. So, Khalifa Haftar's deepening ties with Putin have raised concerns for the US and the European Union. Now, last year, the US officials reportedly met Haftar in Benghazi, and this was to press him to remove the foreign forces in the region. Now, Moscow and the West are already locked in a standoff over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Washington fears that if Russia expands its presence around the Mediterranean, it could gain the ability to spy on America's allies in Europe.
Confused by the barrage of numbers, deafened by the chorus of experts, disoriented by the flying graphics? Don't worry, we've got you covered. On Firstpost, we're keeping things simple. The most important seats, the high-profile candidates, and the most lucid analysis. As India counts its votes, tune in to Firstpost. Catch our live coverage on June 4th on all our platforms. Also, the special edition of Vantage.